Welcome back to our C# for Beginners series. In this lesson, we will explore operators in C#, which allows us to perform calculations, make comparisons, and control logic in our programs. Operators are symbols that perform operations on value and variables. C# provides different types of operators, such as arithmetic, comparison, logical, and assignment operators, which we use in everyday coding. In the first example, you can see addition operator, which is an arithmetic one. And in the second one, you can see greater than operator, which is a comparison operator. Let's start with arithmetic operators, which allow us to perform basic mathematical operations in C#. These include addition, for adding two numbers. Subtraction, subtracts one number from another. Multiplication, multiplies two numbers. Division, divides one number by another. And modulus, that returns the remainder of a division. Let's see these operators in action with a short C# program. I have created a new project to practice the operators. Same as before, it's console application for .NET Framework. These are the operators we are going to practice. In C#, double slashes is used to add comments in the code. Anything written after double slashes on the same line is ignored by the compiler and is just for explanation or notes. Now we declare our variables and assign values. Here we have two variables, a and b. Their type is integer, and we set the value of 10 to a and 3 to b. The first operator we're going to see is addition. With this command, it adds the value of a and b, and it shows that in the console. Let's have a look when we run the program. As you can see, addition is 13. Our value were 10 and 3, so their addition is 13. The second operator we're gonna have a look is subtraction. With console.writeLine, we can write the value of a minus b. So it does the subtraction of the value of a and b, and it shows the result in the console. Let's have a look. As you can see here, the subtraction result is 7. 10 minus 3 is 7. Let's go back to practice the next operator. The next operator is multiplication. With this command, console.writeLine, and inside the parentheses, we say the result of multiplication is a multiplies b. Let's have a look at the result in the console. And it added multiplication is 30. 10 multiplies 3 is 30. The next one is modulus. We're gonna see if it divides a and b, what will be the remainder. Let's have a look. And it shows the modulus will be 1, and it's correct. The last operator is division. If we write a divides by b, because both a and b are integer, the result will be an integer too. Let's have a look. And it shows the result 3 in the division. So, if both numbers in a division operations are integers, C# performs integer division and ignores the decimal part. To get a decimal result, at least one number must be a double or float. Now have a look at this example that we're going to do with decimal divisions. Now look at here. These two variables, x and y, we declared them as a type of double, and we set the same value of 10 and 3 to them. When we divide x and y, it returns a decimal division because these two, at least one of them, are double. Let's have a look in the console. And this time, It shows the decimal number for the result. So in your program, depending on what you need, you can declare your variables integer or decimal double float to get the decimal results. Arithmetic operators are essential for performing calculations in any program. Next, we have comparison operators, which are used to compare two values and return either true or false. These include equal to. It checks if two values are equal. This one is not equal to. Checks if two values are different. Greater than. Checks if the left value is greater than the right value. Less than. It checks if the left value is smaller than the right value. Greater than or equal to. It checks if the left value is greater or equal. And less than or equal to checks if the left value is smaller or equal. Let's go back to Visual Studio and see these operators. Here we're going to see an example of comparison operators. Same as before, we have two variables, a and b. Both are integers and their value is 10 and 3. The first one is equal to. In console, we will see if a equals b, it should show us the true. But if a is not equal to b, it shows us false. Let's have a look. As you can see, it shows false because 10 and 3 are not equal. The second operator is not equal to. So if a is not equal to b, we will see true in the console, and if they have the same value, we will see false. Here they have different value, they are not equal, so we should see true. Let's see. And as you can see, it's true. 10 and 3 are not equal to. The next operator is greater than. If a is greater than b, we will see true, otherwise false. A has a value of 10, so it's greater than 3. So we need to see true in the console. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's true. The next operator is less than. Is A less than B? No. So we need to see false in the console. You can see here, it's false now. The next operator is greater than or equal to. It returns true if the value of a is greater than 10 or equals to 10. In the first example, the value of a is 10, so it's equals to 10. In the second example, the value of a is greater than 8. So in both examples, it needs to return true. Let's see. As you can see, both values are true now. The last operators here is less than or equal to. In the first example, if the value of a is less than 10 or equals to 10, it returns true. The value of a is 10, so it equals to 10. In these two commands, we can see the result will be true. And in the second one, a less than or equals 5, because the value of a is 10, it's not either less than 5 or equals to 5. So the last one needs to return false. Let's see. And as you can see here, the last two are true and false. Comparison operators are useful when we need to make decisions in our code, like checking if a user is old enough to register or if a score is high enough to pass a test. Now let's move on to logical operators, which allow us to combine multiple conditions. These include and or double ampersand returns true if both conditions are true. The next one, or double pipe, returns true if at least one condition is true. And the next one, not or exclamation mark, reverses a Boolean value, so true becomes false and vice versa. Let's see them in Visual Studio. Now we're going to see logical operators here. We have two variables here, age in the type of integer and it has the value of 20, and the has ID that is a type of boolean and has the value of true. In the first example, we're going to check if the age is greater than or equals to 18 and the variable has ID is true. If both conditions are true, it returns true. If one of the conditions is false, the result will be false. Let's see. It is true because both age is greater than 18 and has ID is true. Let's see another example. In the second example, we're going to see the operators OR. It means if one of the conditions here is true, the result will be true. If both conditions are false, the result will be false. Here, has ID is true, but I reassign 17 to age. So now, age is not greater than or equals to 18. This condition is false, this condition is true, and it will return true because there is an OR in between. Let's see. As you can see, the result is true because at least one of the conditions is met. Now see the NOT operators. It negates the condition here. Is age greater than or equal 17? Yes, because the amount of age is 17. So this condition is true, but because NOT operator negates the condition, we will see false in the console. Let's see. As you can see, here the result is false. It negates the true. Now let's see the second example. We have two variables. One of them is member and the second one has subscription. Both are boolean and I assign the value true to the first one and false to the second one. So it's like the is member is true, but they don't have any subscription. We have another variable here, can access. Its value will be true or false. If is member is true or has subscription is true, can access will be true. So it's like if you're going to have an access to somewhere, you need to be member or has subscription. And we will print in the console, can access is true or false. So if is member is true or has subscription is true, we will see a true in the result. And because is member is true, so doesn't matter has subscription is true or false, the result will be true. Let's see. And as you can see, can access is true here. Logical operators help us make complex decisions in our programs. Now, let's talk about assignment operators, which are used to assign values to variables and modify them. The most basic assignment operator is equals, which assigns a value to a variable. Compound assignment operators are addition assignment that adds and assigns a value. The next one is subtraction assignment. Subtracts and assigns a value. Next one is multiplication assignment, which multiplies and assigns a value. And division assignments, which divides and assigns a value. And the last two are increment and decrement operators. Plus plus increases x value by 1. And minus minus, decrement operator, decreases x value by 1. Let's see all of these operators in Visual Studio. I have declared variable a, type of integer, and it gets the value 5. In this line here, we're going to print the value of a in the console, which is 5. And here, with plus equals, we add 3 to a, and then we assign the new value to a. So here, when we're going to print the value of a in the console, it was 5. Here, it's like a equals a plus 3. So here, we add number 3 to 5. So in the console, we will see 8. Let's see. As you can see, a was 5 at first, and then it's 8 now, because it plus equals 3. This is the next operator. It do the subtraction first and then assign the new value to the parameter. So it equals to this command, a equals to a minus 2. In the last example, the value of a was 8. Now here, it does the subtraction first and then assign the new value to a. So a was 8, it minus 2 is 6. So the value of a now is 6. Let's see. Now the value is 6 because it did the minus 2. In the next operator, it does the multiplication and then assignment. The value of a was 6 in here. Now with this example, it multiplies 6 and 2, so it will be 12. Now let's see if the parameter a is equals 12 or not. Now I can see the value of parameter a is 12. The next operator is division and assignment. It divides the value of a and 2 and then reassign the value of a with the new result. A was 12, so 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the value of a will be 6. Let's have a look. Now you can see 12 was divided by 2 and then now the value of a is 6. Now let's see the next operator. Plus plus adds 1 to the value of the variable. The variable counter has the value of 10. So with counter plus plus, the value of the counter will be 11. Let's have a look. The counter was 10 and with plus plus, now it's 11. So the operator plus plus adds 1 to the variable. And the last operator is minus minus. It subtracts 1 from the variable. So the value of counter was 11 and now it will be 10. Let's see. As you can see, the counter is 10 now. Assignment and increment operators help us update variables efficiently in our programs. Well done! If you mix up these operators, don't worry, that's totally normal. With practice, they'll become second nature. We'll be using them a lot in future lessons, so you will have plenty of chances to get comfortable with them. Next step is learning how to control the flow of our programs using if-else and switch statements. And in the next video, we'll cover decision making in C#. If you have any questions, drop a comment below and I'll be happy to help. Don't forget to subscribe for more C# tutorials. Thanks for watching.